Iman is not just a word or formal recognition of faith, but a deep, lively conviction that penetrates the heart, words and deeds of a Muslim. This is a light that fills life with meaning, directs to the right path and retains from errors. Iman is a faith that is not limited to blind acceptance, but requires awareness, confirmation of business and constant strengthening. Iman is based on 6 pillars. Faith in Allah, in His angels, in His scriptures, in His messengers, on Judgment Day and in predestination with His good and evil. Faith in Allah is the heart of Iman, its basis and essence. The Muslim is convinced that there is no deity other than a single God who has no companion. He is the creator of all things, the Lord of the worlds, gracious and merciful. He does not need anyone, but everything needs Him. He was eternal, did not give birth and was not born, and there is nothing like Him. This faith should be sincere, free from doubt and hypocrisy, because only such a faith is accepted by Allah. Faith in angels is a recognition of the existence of these noble creatures created from the world, which implicitly fulfill the commandments of Allah. They do not have freedom of choice, like people, and never disobey their Lord. Among them is Jibril, who transmitted revelations to the prophets, Mikhail, responsible for food, and Israfil, who will trim into a horn on judgment, and Malik, the keeper of hell. Angels surround a person, record his acts, protect and accompany him throughout his life, remaining invisible, but real, like everything that the Muslim believes in. The belief in the scriptures of Allah is the conviction that the Almighty sent the leadership through sacred books to humanity. He sent Taurat Musa, Zabur Davuda, Indian Isa, and the final, the most perfect scripture was the Quran passed through the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. The Quran is the direct word of Allah, preserved without distortion, a leadership for all times and peoples. Belief in scripture means not only the recognition of their existence, but also following their prescriptions, especially what is contained in the Quran and a reliable Sunnah. Belief in the messengers of Allah is the conviction that the Almighty chose prophets and messengers from people, so that they would call their peoples to worship a single God. They were people, but the best of the people elected to transfer the divine leadership. The first prophet was Adam, and the last, Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, which completed the chain of prophecy. Between them were Noah, Ibrahim, Musa, Isa and many others, the world to them all. Their mission was one, to lead people to worship Allah, but the laws and details of the requirements could vary depending on the era. Faith in the messengers means love for them, following their path and recognition that Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, is the last prophet, after which there will be no new revelations. Faith on Judgment Day is a firm knowledge that this temporary life is only a test after which eternity will come. On the day of the resurrection, all creations will be collected in front of Allah, and a book of His deeds will be presented to each person. Nothing will remain hidden. Good and evil, large and small deeds, everything will be taken into account. Believers, whose good deeds are bad, will have paradise, the place of eternal bliss prepared for those who believed and did good. Those who rejected the truth and persisted in sin will find themselves in hell, unless Allah forgives them by His grace. Faith on Judgment Day reminds the Muslim about responsibility for each step and encourages him to strive for the content of Allah. Belief in predestination is the conviction that everything in this world is happening according to the will, knowledge and wisdom of Allah. Neither the sheet falls from the tree, nor a drop of rain spills without its knowledge. However, this does not mean that a person is deprived of a choice. Allah gave people mind and freedom to make decisions, but He knows everything in advance, and His knowledge covers the past, present and future. The predestination includes both good and evil, but evil does not come from Allah, but from the people themselves or genies that abuse their freedom. The Muslim believes that trials, difficulties and even sins are all part of the great wisdom, and if he suffers, repents and relies on Allah, then even from difficulties it will extract good. Iman is not just a set of beliefs, but a living force that manifests itself in business. Real faith encourages worship, good deeds, good morals and a desire for knowledge. She makes a person patient in difficulties, grateful in abundance, merciful to others and God-fearing in secret and obviously. Iman can grow and weaken. He intensifies through prayer, reading the Quran, the remembrance of Allah, charity and communication with righteous people. And vice versa, it weakens because of sins, ignorance, laziness and bad environment. Without Iman, life loses the highest meaning, turning in pursuit of worldly benefits that will never saturate the heart. Iman, on the other hand, gives reassurance, because the believer knows everything is in the hands of Allah, and if he sincerely strives for his contentment, then not a single prayer will remain unanswered, not a single good deed without a reward. Let Allah strengthen our Iman, make us from among those whose hearts are filled with sincere faith, and life with good deeds. Ameen.